another healthy in a hurry dish. Literally, you can make this probably in about 10 minutes. Okay? Now, what you do with it afterwards might take a little bit longer, maybe 5 more minutes, but this is a really easy recipe. It's simple. Keep it really simple ingredients. The two main ingredients is black beans and salsa. Now, of course, if you decide to make, I bought the store-bought salsa here. It's just organic salsa, thick and chunky. It doesn't matter what kind of salsa you buy. This bottle one doesn't have any animal products in it, so make sure you read the ingredients. Sometimes salsas will have dairy in them. So, if you yes, I've seen it. That's why I always buy. That's why I always. There's only certain brands of salsa I'll buy. Just be mindful of the ingredients when you buy your salsa, because sometimes salsas have dairy in them, even if it doesn't say like cheese. You know, was it nacho?
What kind of dairy would it have in it?
They just put cheese.
Oh.
Put cheese.
So is it queso?
Either queso, yeah, sometimes, yeah, either queso, but not even queso. Sometimes just salsa that looks like this will have a little bit of cheese. Just like your tomato sauces will have cheese in them as well. Even if, yeah. So you always want to read your ingredients when you're making food. Always. And initially, it seems like it might be a lot to do, but once you start, you know, being more aware of it, when you go to the store, you'll know exactly what to buy. Like my sister always tells that to me. She's like, well, you know, you eat a plant-based diet, so you have to read everything. I said, yeah, I used to do that. But now, I don't even have to read it. I know which brands, which one, unless they change the packaging and indicate something new about it, I generally know what I'm buying when I get to the store. I know which aisles I'm going to go down, because I don't go down every aisle in the store. If I'm going to a standard supermarket like a Safeway or a Giant, I'm only going down literally maybe 2 or 3 aisles in the entire supermarket, because I'm only buying, you know, fresh fruits and veggies and specific things that they sell there. I might go through the frozen aisles maybe get frozen berries or something like that. Other than that, I'm not really doing it. So this recipe, as I was mentioning, just has the black beans. These were canned beans. You can make these fresh. My preference is to make fresh beans, but this is a healthy and hurry, so if you're making it very quickly, you have your canned beans. Rinse them ahead of time. Put them in your food processor or blender, and then you just put in about, it calls for 2 cups of salsa. Since we have a small crowd here, I'm just going to put in the rest of this right here. I'm not a heavy measure person when it comes to cooking. I just kind of put stuff, just throw it in there, play around with it. And then, so you put your salsa in there. And then I like to put a little bit of cumin. I like a lot of fire in my food, so sometimes I also put some cayenne pepper, unless you bought a spicy salsa. This dish, as I mentioned, has the lycopene. This dish also has lots of fiber with the beans. You can also combine this with broccoli. Okay, and broccoli, of course, will help with prostate cancer as well. Just really overall healthy eating and cancer prevention as well. The lycopene is in there, as you mentioned on the video, it's good for prostate cancer prevention. And in terms of, if anyone's looking at calories, 81 calories, it's not, you know, very high in calories, unless you're a person who needs to incorporate more calories into the diet. Most people don't necessarily eat meat. That's not it. Like, once you start eating a plant-based diet, unless you're eating like a lot of fats, a lot of oils, avocados, and things like that, calories are not going to be a big thing. When I work with my clients in health counseling, I've never counted it. In 5 years, I've never counted a single calorie for any client. Because to me, once you actually are eating a plant-based diet, you're eating healthfully, the calories are not a major thing. It's the quality, the food quality is what you have to be concerned about, not necessarily the calories. It's a different school of thought, but that's just what I think. All right, and that's it. Yes?
I don't have a food processor. You can use it.
Oh yeah, totally. You can definitely use your blender. And this dip is a really simple dip to make. As I mentioned, if you have a party, it's great for kids like it. It's really tasty actually. You know, even I think people always find it surprisingly tasty because it's just beans and tomatoes in there. But you know, the salsa has a little bit of kick as well. And we put a little bit of cumin. You will not, in most cases, need any salt or anything like that because the beans, of course, are typically cooked with a little bit of salt. You rinse it off to make it lower in sodium. And that's always really key, rinsing the canned beans off because you know they have sodium in them. Even the low sodium ones you want to